If when you infuse sulfur powder, be it sublime sulfur or MSM in oils, when trying to make a hair growth oil, this is what you get, lumps and all, then you need to watch this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly infuse sulfur powder in your hair growth oil so that you can achieve longer, thicker and healthier hair. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to properly infuse sulfur powder in oils so that you can get the best out of the sulfur powder infused in your hair growth oil. So normally people add sulfur powder to the oil just the way I'm showing you, and the problem with that is that most of the time you get what you're going to see, lumps. So the powder is not properly infused into the oil. So even when you try to mix it, some people add the powder to a bottle that already has oils. In this case, I'm showing you, even when you put it in a bowl, in a container, you're still going to get lumps. You can see that the powder is not properly infused into the oil, and when you even place it into the bottle, you're going to see that there's so many lumps, so many clumps of the sulfur powder. And this happens even with MSM. This is sublime sulfur that I'm using. So you can see even shaking the bottle does not really properly break up the particles of the sulfur powder, and that is what you get. You get these clumps of powder which is not really infusing everything into the oil. So now this is the way to properly infuse sulfur powder into oil. I'm using a technique that we use as pharmacists, as compounding pharmacists, and if you notice, most compounding pharmacists have mortar and pestle. It's even mostly in our symbols, and this is why we use a technique when we are trying to compound syrups or suspension or extemporaneous preparation. We use a mortar and pestle. First you add the powder to the mortar, and then you use the pestle to triturate. It's called trituration. In the action of trituration is to break the powder into smaller, finer particles so that it is easily mixable with whatever liquid solvent that you're using. In this case it will be oil. So you try as much as possible to triturate for minutes. You make sure that every part of the particle is finely grounded or triturated, and most of the time you have to scrape to make sure that you triturate it as much as possible. Then you add your oils, but you don't add all your oils at once. You add a small amount and then you continue mixing. You continue triturating, you continue mixing with the mortar and pestle, or with the pestle rather. And like I did before, you also have to scrape the sides and continue mixing. Then you add more of your oils. So you are gradually adding your oils. So if you want to mix, like say 60 mils, you gradually add about 30 mils or 50 mils first, then add 30 mils, add another 50 mils. As you can see, it is properly mixed with the oil. There are no lumps. It is such a homogeneous mixture. Sorry, I'm using some pharmacy terms, but you can see that it is properly mixed together. So that is what you do. So you first add a small amount, mix together, triturate, blend, grind everything. Then you now add more of your oils to try and get the remaining sulfur powder or remaining constituent, to make sure that you get a very you get all the powder or your herbs in it. If you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. After placing the sulfur and the other oils in your container, you can now add the remaining of the oils that you wanted to add, then mix. You find out that it is a more homogeneous mixture in the sense that there are no lumps, everything is smooth, everything is good. If you're going to add this to another infusion or other herbs, you can now add this to the herbs and then you add your oils. That's if you're making an infusion with other herbs that are not powder. Now the previous one that we did that had lumps, there's a way to try and retrieve it or try and make it more homogeneous. You can see all the lumps, so you have to add more oils to try and get all the powder or lumps, all the sulfur powder lumps, and then you add it to the previous mixture and then triturate. This is the best way you can try and recover or make it more homogeneous. It's not as good as the first one that we did, or it's not as good as the homogeneous mixture we made, because this would have more oils, especially if you don't want to add more oils to the infusion, but you still get a better, as you can see, a better infusion, a better mixture. So basically this is just what I wanted to show you guys. If you are thinking of using sulfur, which helps with hair growth, the hair is made up of sulfur, this is one of the ways you can get the benefit of sulfur in your hair growth oils. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.